Okay, all of them are going to sit in federal prison longer. It's 1:35 p.m. LAPD is sounding helicopter activity, stalking and monitoring me, threatening me while I'm documenting Isela Hernandez, Roberto Aguilera, Ryan Abundis, Clarissa Abundis, Sadie Lopez, Tiffany CHERREZ, all of whom are going to federal prison for monitoring with the LAPD in concert, which is grounds of federal prison. And as I write this documentation, let me be clear, the demon-possessed know what I'm doing as I'm doing it. They engage in the pattern of threatening while they're group stalking, using the pattern of conduct to engage in additional threatening while you document the people of the state, which is an ongoing admission as well. That's a well-identified pattern, and it's occurring in the specific environment as well. It's the P.O.C., the entity engages in what is additional threatening. That's going directly against, and so in other words, let me expound upon this. In federal court, when I am prosecuting the people of the state, all of these who have been documented on video today in the specific environment, which is distinct from the specific environment at the Upland Public Library where I was subject to the pattern of conduct, which is the surrounding evidence serving for the prosecution of the people acting via these third parties who utilize children or engage in the pattern of conduct with children. This is grounds of federal prison. And it is also additional act of obstruction of justice by the entity, where the entity is threatening the life of the target individual as you are documenting the people of the state, that is enforcing your rights. They will face prolonged term. This is an enhancement to the time in federal prison. So I want to document that. It's 1:36 p.m. And that's what I wrote down, but I want to make sure I just go ahead and capture video of that. You're going to see video today while the light source is present over me at while I'm inside of my office, of course. It's over building 1810. When I go back to my apartment, the entity moves the light source to be at an angle where you can see the light source through the window, which again, when it's over the Upland Public Library, you already know that that's not the sun. You also know that it's not the sun because the entity was rising the sun outside of my living room window, and I'm on the same property at Alvarado Gardens. The entity is indeed engaging what is an unlawful threat. This is the intent to obstruct justice while the people of the state routinely engage in and employ children in the criminal monitoring and federal group stalking and monitoring. This is establishing grounds for what is an enhancement to time in federal prison. Okay, so I want to make sure that I establish that. This is a heavily repeated pattern. And I want to be clear, I want to point something out. The people of the state are, again, living in relevant position, working in relevant position. So what about when the facilitating venue is a kindergarten school? I've documented it. The entity maintaining a light source, stalking with directed light, demons patrolling all around, and the pattern of conduct is underway where the venue has children. They're monitoring their means of activity. So what I'm going to make sure that I am speaking to with regard to the default federal charges. Federal group stalking and monitoring is that which is routinely employing the use of minors. And minors are also employed. Let me be clear. The young people today are using cell phones. I mean, at much monitoring and being in position and creating activity and demon possession also is not limited to the age of majority. This is just the reality. It's as unfortunate as it is. This is the reality. So Susana Martinez's daughter, she's engaged in group stalking and monitoring, and she acts with impunity. This child is old enough to know exactly what's going on, and she demonstrated and illustrates malice in her conduct, heavily documented on more than one occasion. Susana Martinez is going to federal prison for unlawful facilitation of a minor, okay, being engaged in the system, monitoring with LAPD. But you have what is this, she's going to be documented as a group stalker. I believe she's about 14 years old, 14, 15 years old. She's engaged in group stalking. She is getting a criminal record as a group stalker, period, because that's what she's doing. And she is of age in order to know what she's doing, okay? And this is well illustrated by the people of the state under the age of majority. So I want to point that out. And part of the default charges of the people of the state will include what is the contribution to the delinquency of minors by an entity that's engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring. Also engaging in federal group stalking and monitoring and terrorism. This is a sex offense, and they do it via minors. All right. And what is that? That's the creation of light activity in the engineered light, having your children, your cute little baby running around in engineered light. Monitoring an American citizen, doing it while the entity is stalking in the path with helicopter. All of these elements that are threatening the life of a target individual occurring while you're including a child, which is a threat to the life. All of those facts are combined, and they include children in it. All right. They are living in relevant position while my person is being molested with engineered light. You are including minors. You are engaging in terrorism, the perpetual sex offense, and federal group stalking and monitoring as a whole via minors. And this is going to be an appreciated grounds of federal prison. And I want to be clear, loss of custody of your children. And so this is what the people of the state are going to be faced with, because this is what they are routinely engaging in. And by virtue of this secret society that's monitoring you, they're doing it where they live, they're doing it where they work, they're going it while they're traveling, they're out in public with their kids, and monitoring is underway. The system is underway, and they're doing it with, it doesn't matter, there is no age restriction. In Starbucks, the people that say third-party group stalkers are of all age. That's going to translate into Starbucks, a third-party facilitating venue, engaging in contributing to the delinquency of minors while that commercial actor is documented, monitoring, okay? Engaging in the sex offense via minors while you've got minors going inside, all the ways in which they, in other words, they can go engage in the pattern of conduct, and they include minors, which is a regular part of the P.O.C. And so I want to speak to that, and all of these right here, they're going to federal prison. This is an enhancement. I want to document that. Okay, this is an enhancement to time in federal prison, and they are all losing custody of their children. All right, they are on video today, March 27th, 2024, engaging in the pattern of conduct with children. They are living at the crime scene, or Sadie is engaging in the pattern of conduct with children in real time, in concert with LAPD. She's group stalking in the laundry room. She is monitoring as an entity. They're all acting together. The people of the state are in clutching children in relevant position, which are a means of activity creation. They are engaged in the pattern of conduct in real time with LAPD. Okay, those are layers of facts that you do not want and will be appreciated at federal court, but they are just engaging in it just willy-nilly right now. It's going to be used against them, and it's going to result in very serious repercussions, very serious consequences. And so I want to make sure that I document that. This is the unlawful threat to the target individual who will be able to enforce their rights, and you're going to outlaw the intent to threaten and intimidate. And remember that this is on Todd Speaker's watch, okay? I am subject to workplace harassment and terrorism and sexual violence at Alvarado. And by virtue of all the videos that I've captured today, you're talking about what, video number 6? And in every single last one, LAPD is crossing path and amplifying helicopter activity. I mean, that is serious, potent evidence against the people of the state, who are also being documented engaging in the use of children, which will be the ordinary charges, the basic charges when you're documented engaging in federal group stalking and monitoring, by the way. All right, it's currently 1:42 p.m. and this is P.O.C.